Hi, everyone, and welcome to Telecom Unplugged, a LinkedIn Live mini-series exploring the future of autonomous networks and what it really takes to get there. Through real insights from industry leaders, we will explore the key challenges and opportunities on the road to autonomy. My name is Alexa Fullerton, and in this first episode, I'm joined by Gustavo Duarte, Nokia's Autonomous Networks Application Sales Leader for North America, to explore how to solve the data challenge and move towards becoming fully autonomous. Gustavo, most telcos are now structuring themselves towards moving up the ladder in their autonomous networks journey. However, handling data seems to still be a problem, or should I say, maybe even a bigger problem right now. Why is that so? And why are traditional approaches just no longer helping?
Yeah. Hi, Alexa. Thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure to discuss this subject. So that's a very good question. I mean, it's unanimous and no doubt that the data is the biggest treasure that telco operators have. But equally true is the frustration in terms of how efficiently this data is being used, whether it's to drive costs down, to bring revenues in, or improve the customer experience. That plus the fact that the amount of data being generated these days are so much larger. And so if you combine those two things with the underwhelming results, it shows that the traditional approach of big data lakes are no longer, helpful enough or cost effective, right? And there are a few reasons. I think, data more than ever can lose its relevance, if you don't act in a timely manner and if it's not properly correlated. And especially when you look at network data, if it's not timely correlated with the insights being generated as it happens, it can lose its value very quickly, right? So even though the traditional BI use cases can produce very interesting outcomes, they're naturally and by design most focused on reactive use cases and setting trends, but they're not really helping the telcos to move to a more proactive and contextual engagement type of approach.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. I mean, we know that telcos are not particularly known for their proactiveness or prompt communications, but how can they solve this challenge?
Indeed, that is very true. So, Alexa, we at Nokia we are working on a new concept, what we call Nokia Data Suite, where the first massive difference is that we shift away from moving data around, which apart from taking time and cost, it also introduces a lot of risks for the data becoming inaccurate and also exposing some security concerns. And we utilize the concept of data mesh, where we read the data where they are, utilizing any type of protocol or method to fetch that data. Uh, that we also on top of that we also introduced the concept of data products, which is a very elegant way to construct a metadata structure with a combination of different data, and those data products can be from very simple data sets for a specific domain to very advanced ones and even cognitive ones where you start injecting AI capabilities and insights and creating really powerful products that can be then exposed to any consumer. And then for each of those data products, another key differentiation is that you can have a complete lineage and traceability of that data. So you can control also who can access the data, and you can expose that data in different ways, ensuring that they can be actioned at the right time with the right relevance and with the right guardrails in place.
Wow, that's really groundbreaking. What else can you share about this concept?
Yeah, the concept is really amazing, and we're really passionate about it. So one more thing that we have inside the data suite is the data studio, which basically empowers all the telco users to expand that data products and to start structuring more data sources to more data products that can be exposed even further. So, and when you start when you start combining the relevant and correlated network data with informations around the customer side, that can trigger so much powerful use cases, and that also sets the precedence and a big stepping stone towards full automation, right? Because now you can trust the data that you're consuming, so the systems can start to make decisions on their own, and you can always trace back should you have any problem.
Excellent. And that brings me to my next question. How can CSPs achieve true autonomy?
That's another great question, Alexa. Let's start by looking at the journey, right? So to become fully autonomous, if you look at TM Forum, they established 5 levels of automation. Most of the CSPs are sitting at a level 2. Some of them are attempting to go to level 3 in the specific domains. But I think most important is while the end goal is to achieve a level 5 and have a fully autonomous network where humans are observers, there are key foundational challenges that needs to be overcome, right? And one of those challenges is the access to quality data, correlated data, breaking all the silos, and then data that you can inject AI, you can create more complex data products that you can then expose this to end consumers. And consumers can be humans, but can also be machines that will make decisions to start closing the loop, whether into a corrective or preventive measures, and then fully embracing the autonomous the autonomous level 5, right, of full autonomy. And this is what we see the front runners focusing on right now. This is one of the key pillars of attention in order to establish the right foundation before we start moving the ladder. Right?
Yeah, that's really impressive. And it'll be really interesting to see how CSPs in the future, start making their way up that ladder. Well, thank you so much, Gustavo, for sharing your insights today. And thank you for all watching. Stay tuned for our next episode in July, where we will dive into observability and how it's shaping the future of autonomous networks. Thank you.